Hello and welcome back to day 9 of Vlogmas. If you do not know me, my name is Holly. I am a 7th grade math teacher and an avid reader, but today we're doing something a little bit different. Since the holidays are literally right around the corner, I decided to come up with like a tier ranking list of every holiday / Christmas, mainly Christmas movie that I watch and that I've seen, and kind of create a ranking of which ones I like the best. This is a very subjective list because it is what I like and the movies that I watch and that I watched growing up, that I still watch now. So there is going to be a ton of bias. Like, this is just bias. I am not looking at it objectively, which movie was created the best, which had the best acting, the best writing. No, this is just what I enjoy watching as the holidays are approaching and kind of what gets me in that Christmas spirit, if you will. Okay, so I have created this tier list, and the 4 different categories I have are: it's not Christmas without it, meaning I watch it every single year and I just can't make it through the holiday season without watching this movie. What a delight. That is for the movies that I really enjoy watching, but if for some reason I just don't get to it, not the end of the world. I'll watch it if it's on. That's when, you know, you just want some Christmas ambiance and you put on one of these movies where it's like, I'm not really paying attention. It's good, it's fine, it came on, someone else put it on, whatever, I'll watch it. And then I have Not For Me, which I know I'm gonna get some heat for this one, but again, this is what I think, and these movies I just would rather not watch. That doesn't mean I'm going to actively like totally avoid them, but I'm not gonna be the one putting it on at all. So let's get into this. The first one is Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I absolutely love this movie. I watched it all growing up, and I would have to say it is not Christmas without Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Something about it, I think it's probably the nostalgia, but also just I really do love this movie. It is so quotable. I have 3 brothers, and growing up we quoted this movie all the time to each other. Even like during the summer, like not just around the Christmas time. We absolutely love this movie. Okay, another Jim Carrey movie, A Christmas Carol. Again, it's not Christmas without this movie. I remember the first time I watched Jim Carrey's A Christmas Carol. It was in theaters. I went with my friend. We had, I think we had a sleepover and we went and watched this movie. It changed my life. I love this movie so much. I also just love the story of The Christmas Carol. I actually haven't read the book, but I've seen a bunch of different variations. This one is just my favorite. I won't say that it's everyone's favorite, but it's definitely my favorite. Love this one. Next we have Miracle on 34th Street. I think this is like the 94 version. This one is gonna go into What a Delight. I really do love this movie. I enjoy it. I probably watch it every year, but it's one of those movies that I don't really think about until I see it. I'm like, oh, let's watch that one. So I love it. I think it's so sweet and so cute. And again, just very nostalgic for me. Elf. So if you watched my Decorating for Christmas video, in that one I said that we wanted to put on a Christmas movie, but we weren't like going to be watching it. We just wanted it on for that ambiance, because Elf is one of our least favorite Christmas movies. So I'm gonna put that in. I'll watch it if it's on. I do probably watch it every year just because I would consider it like a classic, but I don't necessarily enjoy watching it. Like, I'm not enjoying myself, but it's just something to have on. Like, I feel like I have to, you know? 4 Christmases. This one is one that I started watching in the past few years. I feel like it's pretty recent that I started watching this one. I think it is absolutely hilarious. I'm gonna put in What a Delight. I love rom-coms, Christmas rom-coms, especially this one. It's very much obviously a Christmas rom-com, but for some reason, I can watch it without it feeling like a holiday movie. So I really like using this as kind of like a palate cleanser in between all the other like dedicated Christmas movies. Like, I can watch this one and not get too burnt out on the whole like Christmas vibe, and it's hilarious. This scene where they're all playing Taboo, amazing, incredible. I laugh so hard every time I watch it. I quote it all the time. Love this movie. Then we have the animated How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This one, growing up, we had it. I don't know if this is how all of them were sold, but we had a DVD that had this one and Horton Hears a Who like on the same DVD. That's really not relevant. I just can't look at that How the Grinch Stole Christmas without thinking of Horton Hears a Who. So I'm gonna put this one, I'm between What a Delight and I'll Watch If It's On. I'm gonna put What a Delight because I never put this one on because I don't know where to find it. I don't know. I guess I'll have to change it to I'll Watch If It's On. I love it. No. The nostalgia for me, it's gonna go in What a Delight. I know, I was very back and forth on that one, but I think this one is so cute. It's very short, very fun, very nostalgic, and just the songs and the animation, like, it's so good. What a delight. What a delight. 8-Bit Christmas. This is a new one. We watched this for the first time last year. We put it on Christmas Day just because we needed something on, and we'd already watched most of our like Christmas movies. 8-Bit Christmas, it surprised me. It was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be, but I am gonna put it in I'll Watch If It's On. I am sure we'll watch it again this year just because there's only so many Christmas movies that we're gonna watch, you know? So I'm sure this one will get played. I enjoyed it, but I don't ever think about it. Christmas Chronicles. You know, I don't really know why I put this one on here because I think I've maybe seen it once and I don't think I watched it all the way through. So I feel like I can't even rate this one accurately, but I'll put it on I'll Watch If It's On because I do remember kind of watching it. I don't have enough emotion to say whether or not I would want to put it on again. I remember my mom liking it. So maybe if she puts it on when I'm down there for Christmas, I'll watch it. I don't know. Okay, Home Alone 1 and 2. I did put these separately because I didn't want to just say the Home Alone like franchise because I do not count 3, 4, and any of the other Home Alones that they've made. Home Alone to me is 1 and 2. Home Alone is like my family's Christmas movie. Like, we have a tradition where we watch Home Alone 1 on Christmas Eve and Home Alone 2 on Christmas Day. I don't know when we started doing that, but it's one of my favorites. I love Home Alone so much, so obviously it's not Christmas without it. We don't necessarily stick to the whole Christmas Eve and Christmas thing, especially since I'm not living at home anymore. And my husband is not as big of a fan of these movies as I am. So I still absolutely love these movies. Instantly take me back to childhood. I can quote the whole thing. And it's just so funny. It's so refreshing. I love these movies. Next is Klaus. I remember watching Klaus. My younger brother put it on. And I remember being like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Like, it's a weird animation, which it's not. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, it's weird, it's animated, it's a Christmas, I don't know. You just can't make new Christmas movies. You can't. I love this movie. I love this movie so much. I think about it all the time. I have watched it multiple times a year, like around Christmas time, every year since it came out. I think it came out when my husband and I were maybe still dating, or it might have been like our first year that we were married. But it is so good. It is so heartwarming. It's such a change from like the normal Christmas story. The animation is good. I love it now. And so much of the movie, it's got the humor, but it's also that found family, like the miscreant that was always just messing everything up and super entitled and annoying, and then he comes into his own and has something to fight for, and so good. I love Klaus. I think if it's not a Netflix original, then it's on Netflix. Highly recommend if you haven't seen it. Christmas with the Cranks. That's another one of my favorite Christmas movies. This one and then the Home Alone 1 and 2. I cannot think about like Christmas with my family without thinking about these movies. Christmas with the Cranks, we watch it, again, multiple times every single year. It is so ridiculous. They're trying to skip Christmas, and everyone makes it such a big deal. Like, this movie did not even need to happen, but everyone is so dramatic and over the top and just so dumb. It's hilarious. I love this movie so much. Again, my husband's not as big of a fan. He gets frustrated by it, which understandable, but I love this movie so much. It's a definite watch for me. Jingle All the Way. Seen this once, maybe twice. Did not like it. It's just one of those movies where it's like that everything's so dramatic and everything goes wrong, but I don't think it's done that well. I just find it a little bit annoying. Not a huge fan. Can't give too many specifics because it has been a few years since I watched it, but I don't see myself ever watching it again. The Nightmare Before Christmas. This one is funny because when I looked up Christmas movies, this one popped up, and I don't know why I don't consider this a Christmas movie. I know it's not a Halloween movie, but I still think of it as a Halloween movie. So I would say that we usually, if we do watch this movie, it's like during November probably. So like that in between Halloween and like easing into Christmas. This one is good. I like the songs. I did not start watching it until I was like a late teenager. My husband watched it all growing up. Like, he watched it daily, just about. He loves this movie so much. So we definitely do watch it. I'm just not as big of a fan. So I would say I'll watch it if it's on, because I wouldn't really put it on, but I also wouldn't turn it off. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I think that's what it's called. It's kind of small, so it's hard to see. Hate this movie. Oh my gosh. I can't stand it. It's so... I understand that like people who grew up with it, it's probably like that same level of nostalgia that I have for like Christmas with the Cranks and Home Alone. I hate this movie so much. It makes me so uncomfortable. It makes me so annoyed. And I just don't like watching it. It does not put me in the Christmas mood. Oh, I don't like that movie. The Santa Claus, and I am including the entire franchise in this one. I know they came out with like a show, so I'm just not gonna include that. But like Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3, love them. Love them. I would say, ooh, I'm in between What a Delight and It's Not Christmas Without It. For the first one, for sure, the first Santa Claus, It's Not Christmas Without It. The rest of the series, I would say What a Delight, because I do love them, but they are a little much sometimes. But I'll put it on It's Not Christmas Without It. They're just something so comforting about those movies. It's silly, but it's so good. I really do enjoy them. The Year Without Santa Claus. Does anybody else remember these movies? All of the like claymation. I know there was The Year Without Santa Claus, and then there was another one about Rudolph that we watched growing up, and I loved them so much. The only one that I've really kept up with, I know there were more, but the only one that I've really kept up with is The Year Without Santa Claus. And I'm gonna put this on What a Delight because it is just so nostalgic, and the songs, iconic. The what is it? The Heat Miser and is it Heat Miser and Snow Miser? That song, we sing it all the time. Me and my brothers sang it all the time growing up. Love this movie. It is pretty sad at times. And my mom really hates watching it because it reminds her of when we were all babies. And so she gets really sad watching it. But I truly enjoy it. I could go without watching it. That's why it's not on. It's not Christmas Without It. But if I see it, I'm going to put it on. I love this movie. The Polar Express. Okay. I feel like this movie gets so much hate. And I understand. I get why. Like, it's the uncanny valley with the people look weird. They think that it's annoying. Like, growing up, I think the only person in my family that actually liked this movie, and I put it on every single year. Like, it was the first movie that I went to. I don't know why, but it was like, oh, we decorated for Christmas, put on the Polar Express, put it on. Like, I loved this movie. Now I think my family appreciates it a little bit more. My husband appreciates it more. But I don't know why this movie speaks to me so much. And if I was doing this like 5 years ago, the Polar Express absolutely would fall in It's Not Christmas Without It. But I think I'm going to put it on What a Delight, because while everyone else has kind of risen in favor of the movie, I've kind of settled down and I'm not as like crazy about it. Like, I still love this movie so much. I think it's so fun. It is very like Christmas core and I love it, but I'm not as obsessed with it. Like, I'm not freaking out like, oh my gosh, I have to watch this movie. So, What a Delight. A Christmas Story. Y'all, I don't like this movie. I think part of it is because we did not watch it growing up. I don't think my mom likes this movie very much, so she never put it on when we were growing up. But my husband's family, like, that is their favorite Christmas movie, so they watch it all the time. I've seen it all the way through maybe twice. So it's gonna go in not for me. I won't turn it off. Like, I will turn off National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I won't turn off A Christmas Story because I know how much, like, my husband loves it, my mother-in-law loves it, but, like, you will not catch me putting it on. I will kind of just sit through it, not totally enjoy myself, but I'll make the most out of it. So, not a good one for me. The last one, this is a new release. It came out this year. We actually saw it when it came out, like the day after it came out for some reason. We just randomly happened to go to the movies that day and this was playing. I was so pleasantly surprised with this movie. My husband and I went into it kind of hesitant. We were like, this can't be good. Like, yes, it has a great cast, but like, it's a new Christmas movie. It's an action movie. I don't know. We loved it so much. It was absolutely so good. It was silly. It was very cliche, but I really did like it. And it, you know, it had a really like fit Santa. Like, he did push-ups and was lifting weights and stuff because he had to be very active. It was just an interesting take. But I'm gonna put it on What a Delight, because as we left the theater, my husband looked at me and said, I think we have a new like Christmas staple movie. Like, I think we're gonna have to get this so we can play it every year. And I absolutely agree. I thought it was such a fun time. Really, really enjoyed it. Pleasantly surprised. That is all I have for today. I know there's so many more Christmas movies out there. I hope you enjoyed. If you agree, disagree, have different thoughts, please let me know down in the comments. I'm so excited to read about what you guys think, what your favorite Christmas movie is, and stuff like that. Please don't forget to subscribe so you can stay tuned for the rest of Vlogmas. It's so crazy that it's already coming to a close, but I've had so much fun doing this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.